welcome back to my channel. My name's Rachel and this is Stitched Up. So today's video is a little bit different and it's my contribution to the Frugal Frocks 2021 challenge. This is another sewing challenge that is being run by the lovely Ruan, who is the Yorkshire sew girl, and Sam, who is Frugalisama. I had to think then. I will leave the links to their channels and their Instagrams down below, but this channel is essentially about being frugal and sewing up a dress that's not going to cost you anything really, because the whole purpose of this is to choose a free dress pattern and choose a fabric from your stash that you can sew up that pattern with, and then the full reveal of all the dresses will be on the 31st of March, I believe. So the plan is to spend some time now thinking about what fabric you've got in your stash that you'd like to make up, maybe for spring, maybe for summer, and look at all the free patterns that are out there for dresses and see what floats your boat basically. So I was really excited to take part in this challenge, and I don't normally take part in many sewing challenges, and the reason for that is because I just don't like committing myself to things that I can't carry through, and it just makes me really stressed. It makes me feel pressured, and quite often I change my mind about things. But I really liked the idea of this challenge. I've got loads of fabrics in my stash that I'm sure most of you that watch me already know, and I'm all for looking at new dress patterns. I love sewing dresses, and spring and summer I want to wear dresses all the time. So this was a great opportunity for me to have a look at all the different dress patterns that are free, that are easily downloadable, or tutorials for, or hacks for on the internet. And every day from the last couple of weeks, I believe, right through to and well into March, there's going to be a different vlogger on YouTube that's going to be chatting to you about their ideas for patterns. There's some fab vlogs that I've watched already that have given me links to patterns that I've never seen before, and you know, it's great. It's a really good opportunity to have a look what's out there, and yeah, to choose some fabric from your stash and make up a frugal dress. I hope you're going to take part, and I'm going to talk to you today about 10 patterns that I found that I like. Okay, now free patterns are great, but a lot of the time I find that when you are looking for free patterns on the internet, they either come in one size, or there's loads of adverts that you have to get through first before you can get to a pattern. Quite often the links are broken and they don't work anymore, and sometimes you can find patterns that you can't find instructions for, etc., and they're quite awkward. So it's not always as straightforward as it seems. And at the end of the day though, I think any designer that's out there that's willing to put out a free pattern for us, you know, it's great, isn't it, really? Anything that's free is great in my book. I've hunted high and low, and I know that there's been loads of blogs and loads of vlogs already where people have talked about free patterns that you can find, and I think we all know, and we've probably, a lot of us have already seen lots of the obvious choices, but it's quite interesting to have a look and see if you can find something a little bit more obscure, or things that people haven't seen before. So it's been a great opportunity to do a little bit of research, and I've narrowed it down to 10 patterns that I like for my style, and I thought I would chat to you one by one and then let you know which one I've decided I'm going to make. Number 10 is the Chelsea Linen Raglan Tee, which is by fabricshop.com, I believe. I will obviously link to all of these down in the description box so you can go and check them out. Now, this is a little bit of a cheat, I would say, because it is a t-shirt pattern, but when I'm looking at dress patterns, the thing with a t-shirt is that you can lengthen it into a dress. It's really simple to do. There's so many skirts that you could add on to a tee pattern that is going to instantly make it into a dress for you. You can either, dependent on the style, you can just lengthen it as it is, or you can add a circle skirt. There are loads of free circle skirts out there on the internet, or, you know, there's even calculators that you can draft your own. The first one that springs to mind is Mood and By Hand London. They both have free calculators on there to draft your own circle skirt to fit your unique measurements. And so I really like this tee because it's just a little bit different. It's got, it comes in sizes 0 to 30, so it's a really good size range, you know, and for a free pattern, it's fantastic. You do have to register on the site to be able to download the pattern, but I like it because of the raglan sleeve. I like the cuffs on the sleeves, and I also like the fact that it's got a couple of little design details which just elevate it from the ordinary, such as the pleats on the back and front neckline. And I think this just perfectly lengthened as it is into a longer length gives you a really nice, breezy, easy summer dress. And yeah, it's designed to be made out of woven fabrics. I think this would be great out of linen, and it's definitely something that I would probably want to have a go at. Moving on to number 9 is the So Different bubble sleeve dress. Now, So Different have quite a few patterns on their website that are free, and they also obviously have a lot of paid for patterns as well. I've never made a So Different pattern, which is absolutely shocking considering they are, you know, they're based here in Yorkshire, and I'm a Yorkshire girl, and yeah, I should have had a go at one of their patterns by now. But I actually really like this dress. I think the sleeve detail is really, really unique. I like sleeves with different elements to them, and this is a dress that you can just go onto their website and simply download. Now, it only comes in one size, which is a size 12, but So Different do have links in their blog to tips and tricks on how to either downsize or upsize a pattern, and where you need to look at to be able to grade up or down. So it's definitely worth checking out, and I would probably more or less, I think, probably fit into that size. I think it would be a case of measuring the pattern pieces to have a look, but I really like the idea of this pattern. I love the sleeves, I think they're amazing. So that's my number 9. Coming in at number 8, again sticking with So Different, is the ruffle top. And again, I've chosen a top, but I love this top, and I've seen this top around for probably about 2 or 3 years now. And again, I think this would be great with just a simple rectangular skirt added onto this and gathered in at the waist, either elasticated, or you could shear the waist with shirring elastic. You could just simply lengthen the top as it is, and you make your own tie belt and tie it round. So, or even just leave it without a belt altogether. But I really like the ruffles in the seams of this top. It's really cute, and it's a great little design, and loads of people have actually made this top. Again, it does only come in one size, a size 12, but again, as I mentioned earlier, you know, So Different do have some ideas on their website on how to either grade up or grade down to make it larger or smaller to fit you. And then coming in at number 7, again, still sticking with So Different, is their Parisienne dress. Now, this is designed for jersey fabrics, which is great because it means that it's a little bit easier to fit. Again, this does only come in a size 12, but because it's jersey, it's got that added stretch in there, so you've got a little bit more leeway with sizing. I really like this dress. I love the neckline on it. It's really pretty, and I can see myself definitely having a go at this at some point in my future. Number 6 is the Tulip Dress by the Felted Fox. Now, this is a dress that I really had to do a lot of digging to actually find this. So it's not one that immediately comes up on a Google search, but I really, really like this dress. When I had a read of the blog, it looks like the designer that designed this dress actually got the inspiration from a ready-to-wear dress that was quite expensive in Denmark, and just had a go at making it herself, which is just ingenious. Now, it is more of a tutorial than actually a downloadable PDF, but the benefit of that means that this is actually going to be made to measure. The instructions do say that you need a minimum of 2 yards of knit fabric, and you want to be going for something that's quite drapey. And all the instructions are given on how to take your own waist measurement and basically draft this dress to fit you. So I really love the style of this. I think it's really cute, it's really modern, and I would love to have a go at this. I think it would be lovely in summer with flat sandals, you know, on a nice sunny day, going for a coffee and just watching the world go by. I think it would be great for that. So again, I think I've never actually made a dress that I have drafted myself just based on my measurements, and I think this is a really good start for something like that. So I think it's definitely something that I would consider making at some point. Moving on to number 5 is the named jersey knot dress. Now, named clothing are an indie designer that I am a huge fan of, and I've got a number of their patterns and I've made a number of their patterns up. They're drafted for quite a tall figure, so I think they draft for 5'9", 5'10", which I'm that height. So it's great for me because it means I never have to actually alter their patterns. Now, this pattern is actually in their book, Breaking the Pattern. However, you can get it for free, and if you look at if you use the link down below in the description box, it takes you to the Love Sewing magazine website where you can download this pattern for free. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't come with instructions unless you have the book or you have the magazine that the download was originally in, which I think is issue 60. So that is a little bit of a drawback. However, it is a fairly straightforward tee. The only real different element to this is the tie detail in the front. Otherwise, it is a straightforward knit tee with no particular tricky bits looking at it. So I would say if you've got a few garments under your belt and you've made a number of knit patterns before, this would be something that you could easily do without actually needing the instructions. I think this is a great little pattern. I've not made it actually myself before, even though I've got the Breaking the Pattern book, but it is one that I've looked at that I would be inclined to have a go at. Fortunately for me, because I have the book, it means I do have the instructions. But yeah, it's definitely a great option. Your Style Rocks. Now again, this is a pattern that took some digging to actually find, and it's a cowl neck jersey dress. I think this is a fantastic option that's really figure flattering, and it comes in sizes US 6 to 20, so it's got quite a decent size range. Again, you need to be looking at the more drapey knit fabrics so that you really get that drape accentuated on the cowl. I love how it's cinched in at the back with that little pleating detail around the waist, and I just think this is a fabulous little pattern, to be honest. So again, it's a really good option for something that's a little bit different and another jersey free pattern that's designed for knit fabrics. Next up, coming in at number 3, is a dress that I absolutely love the look of. Now, this is the Spring Summer Dress by Bernina, and it's always worthwhile looking at some of the sewing machine manufacturers because they all have their own websites, and quite often they will have links to free patterns, and this dress looks amazing. Now, when you initially click on the website, it does come up in German, but there is obviously Google Translate, so you can translate, and it translates easy if you don't speak German. This dress comes in European sizes 34 to 44, which equate to a UK size 6 to 16. So the size range isn't amazing, and it's designed for woven fabric, so you will have to think about how you grade up or down if you are outside that size range. But I absolutely love the detailing on this pattern. It even has leather or leatherette accents in this pattern as well, which is just amazing, isn't it? But I love how the pleated detail comes into that little rhombus detail on the waist at the front. It's just really different, and I think that, you know, I'm all about looking at patterns that just have these different design details that you just don't see all the time, and I just think this is a really cute design. Yeah, so it's a definite contender. Coming up at number 2 is the Poppy Dress by Mood Sewciety. Now, Mood are obviously a US brand that have their own store, and they've got an amazing website with loads of free patterns on. It's just incredible, and you know, there are so many different options for tops, for trousers, skirts, dresses. In the full range of sizes, this dress really stood out to me. I love the details on this dress. Now, it is quite revealing, I will say, because the bodice actually comes right down to the waist. But I think, you know, if you don't want to be that revealing, I mean, if you do, that's fantastic. But if you don't, if you want to be a little bit more covered up, I think it would be really easy just to add in a little detail of a modesty panel in there, just to make it a little bit more covered up. But I love this pattern. I love the sleeves on it. I think it's a great design, and this dress comes in US sizes 2 to 30, so it's an amazing size range. It's designed for woven fabrics. Again, it's got that button-up skirt cinched in at the waist, and I just think it's a fabulous, fabulous dress. But again, Mood Sewciety are a great resource to go and look at for free patterns, because there are absolutely tons on there. So go and check them out if you haven't done already. And then the final dress that I wanted to chat to you about that really appeals to me is the Elba Textiles for Peppermint magazine wide strap maxi dress. Now, this is a dress pattern that was released free for Peppermint magazine last summer, I think it was actually. And I really, really like it. I think this is a fantastic option for summer. Hopefully, some of us might be able to actually go on holiday this year. It would be really nice, wouldn't it? And I think this would be a great option just for throwing on over your swimsuit and for just having a little mooch around town. Yeah, if we get a nice hot summer, again, you know, out of linen, which I think the sample is sewn in, would be just amazing. I love the sample as is. I think in red linen it looks great, and I would really like to have a go at this. Now, this comes in a great size range. Again, I think the bust measurements are from a 30 inch up to a 51.5 inch, and the hip measurement is 33 to 54.5, but the finished measurement on the hip is a 70 inch. So, you know, you don't really need to worry about hip sizes with this dress. I think it's a great option with a really wide size range. It's loose and flowy, so, you know, you've got loads of room there for all the ice creams that you can possibly eat and wash down with cocktails. I think it's a great option for summer. So they're my 10 choices, and that's after doing lots and lots of research, and I've tried to pick out some options here and give you some ideas for patterns that you've maybe not seen before. It's been really, really difficult deciding what I want to make, because there are so many options in this top 10 that I would really love to have a go at, and I'm sure that one or two of them might crop up this year. So keep watching my channel, and you never know what might get sewn up over the summer months. But I had to narrow it down to the one that I am going to sew for this challenge, and it was between two patterns. The ones that I'm really taken with are the Poppy Dress by Mood and also the Maxi Dress by Peppermint magazine. They're both very different, and I really, really love them both. I think the Maxi Dress would be the easiest of the two to sew and to fit, and probably the quickest as well. But I also absolutely love the Poppy Dress, and I really, really want to make it. So that's the one that I'm going to go with. Now, this pattern takes 4 yards of fabric, and so I've been hunting around in my stash to see what type of fabric I've got. I think the sample was sewn in cotton sateen, so I thought it'd be nice to find some cotton sateen in my stash that, you know, to give you that sort of fullness of the sleeves and hold the structure of the dress. I think it would look amazing. So, digging around in my stash, I have found this gorgeous fabric. So this is it here. Now, this is a cotton sateen, so it's got some stretch for comfort, which is great, and just means that probably fitting is going to be a little bit easier as well. And it's got this beautiful tropical leafy print, which I adore. Now, I bought this from the Textile Brothers, who are a seller on Facebook that I follow. I will link to them down below. They don't have this fabric anymore, unfortunately, but they had this in last summer, and I bought myself 5 meters of it, so I have got a lot of this fabric, and it's just been sitting in my stash waiting to be made up into something, and I didn't really have any idea what it could be made up in. But I think this will be amazing as the Poppy Dress, so this is what I am going to go with. So Let me know your thoughts down below. Which of those patterns that I've shown you today are new to you that you haven't seen before? And what do you think of the choice that I have decided on? I'm thinking that I probably will want to put a modesty panel in. I'm not sure whether to do it in the same fabric or do a contrasting fabric yet. I haven't decided, but I think what I'll probably do is get the dress made up first, see how it looks, and then make a decision and add it in probably towards the end before I do all the finishing off. We'll see how it goes. So I haven't even printed this pattern off yet, so I haven't got a clue. I haven't read the instructions, but I'm sure it's going to be fabulous. Right, so that's it from me today. I hope you're going to follow all the Frugal Frocks contributors to this sewing challenge over on our social media accounts. Have a search for the hashtag Frugal Frocks 2021 on Instagram, and it will bring up everybody that's taking part in this challenge and some of their ideas about what they're going to sew. I'm really excited to see what people come up with. I think it's a great little challenge, and you know, it's absolutely, you know, when we say it's free, it's not free, is it? Because we've all purchased the fabric at some point, but there's no actual financial outlay for us at the moment, unless you need to sort of buy any little notions or anything. So I hope you've enjoyed my vlog today. Tomorrow is Claire the Baker That Sews, so I will link to her channel down below. Don't forget to go and check out her options, and yeah, I'm itching to see what you make. So take care, and I'll be back with you really soon. Bye.